Hey, welcome everyone back into Crypto's News. It's me, Omar Bam, aka Crypto. Excited to share with you what's going on in cryptocurrency today to make sure you stay on top of things. I invite you to hit that like button if you enjoy this kind of content. Please subscribe if you're new to the show, and hit that comment as well, that button, and leave one below if you want to leave a thought or share something that you think is important that I've missed. But yeah, so today we're looking at, as we start off on Monday, $1,633 for Ethereum, pretty much at 0% movement to the upside or the downside. For Bitcoin, you see it at $23,485, pretty much flat as well. Although it does appear, and I'm seeing more and more commentators looking at this, like Ethereum is getting ready for some sort of breakout to either the upside or the downside. The markets are viewed right now as quite neutral from participants. You can see that by taking a look at the Crypto Fear and Greed Index. You can see that it's pretty much sitting at a 50. It's actually at 51. So it's your best guess whether it goes up or down. I could probably not tell you either way, but a lot of what is potentially pointing to downside from some participants, people looking at the social medias and everything for crypto, is those who are paying attention to what Gary Gensler said in an interview with New York Mag, where he, in a nutshell, said that he views everything that's not Bitcoin as a security, meaning it would be something that these tokens would have to have reporting to the SEC, register with the SEC. They might not be available at all of your favorite exchanges because those exchanges are not allowed to just allow for trading of securities. They're also not reporting to the SEC in that sort of way. It's just not set up the system for them to do that. But anyway, to label something a security could make it a lot more cumbersome for folks to trade these kinds of assets that are labeled as such. For example, these cryptocurrencies that are not Bitcoin. It would be very difficult to trade them in the United States. But anyway, Gary Gensler, head of the SEC, said that behind a lot of these projects, you see that there is some sort of team of entrepreneurs. There is usually some sort of website. They have lawyers for jurisdictional arbitrage. They set up offshore accounts. And usually there is some sort of party that's managing things, and that is what makes it a security. So this is something being hailed as great, finally, regulations on our side by the toxic Bitcoin maximalists, and something that is being said noted by others, including some attorneys, that guess what? Gary Gensler's opinion doesn't mean anything unless it's taken in a court of law. So some of this fear might be quite unfounded, although his opinion might weigh heavier than others. Anyway, so that's something that this kind of drama around Gary Gensler, this kind of fear mongering, is, I think, part of what stalled out some of the rally recently and exuberance that we have seen. In other news, you are hearing more that is being leaked about Binance. This is an article on Forbes that just came out. So this one is talking about how Binance has this stable coin that is supposed to be backed by US dollars 1-for-1 on their Binance chain, but they did not have that full backing the entire time. They transferred something like $3.63 billion from the backing of the stable coin out of the backing 1-for-1 that they're supposed to have, because basically there's the main chain that has the stable coin, then you have the Binance chain that they operate that has supposed to be 1-for-1 backing of that stable coin, but they actually move some of those funds and return only about half of those funds back to the collateral pool, where everything's supposed to be, again, be backed 1-for-1, and transferred the rest out to from a cold wallet, Binance 8, out to a bunch of different trading firms, and to Tron, apparently they transferred it. And so this is being seen as maybe they're being fraudulent with the stable coin, when there was a period of 4 months where they did not have 1-for-1 backing. And in fact, the stable coin was backed $0, putting customers at risk there had anything really happened or gone down. So this is a situation that's been unfolding around Binance and them being fraudulent. guess what? You have one of the largest cryptocurrency exchanges came out of nowhere, operating in what was a largely unregulated market. It is regulated somewhat because, again, there are fraud laws that exist and will still apply, but not super specific or even coherent regulations that exist to crypto. But anyway, not too surprised that there may have been some fudgy accounting that went on here. This is aside from other accusations that Binance USD might be a security in and of itself, along with other stable coins being everything's a security these days. Gary Gensler's a security, that's the joke. But yeah, their Binance USD, another stable coin, is announced as being delisted by Coinbase on March 13th. You will no longer be able to trade that on Coinbase. So if that's somewhere you do trade it, you still will be able to have it there in your wallet, or your account rather, on Coinbase. You'll be able to access those funds, but you will not be able to trade it after March 13th. BUSD, which is continually losing trust. It is issued by Paxos, but it's Binance stablecoin. But looks like the market is more and more moving away from it. I'm sure Coinbase probably doesn't mind too much, since they're a little bit more in bed, let's call it, with USDC as their primary stablecoin. They're supporters of DAI. And so maybe BUSD becoming irrelevant is not something they really care too much about. And I also wanted to mention Coinbase also had a survey. They hired a firm to poll folks, and they found that 20% of Americans hold at least one cryptocurrency. Looking at what they have gathered from this survey, they found that 69% of those that are polled feel that the global financial system is unfair, too expensive, and 52% feel like cryptocurrency is the future of finance, like it's a better way forward. So what's interesting though, before we're like, oh, 20% of Americans hold cryptocurrencies, that's a lot, or we really ascribe too much meaning to this, I would note that the sample size was quite small. It was about 2,000 people who were polled, of course from different ethnicities, they mentioned, from different regions, but still I feel like 2,000-ish is a pretty small sample size when you're trying to look at the millions, 350 million people, I'm forgetting the exact number, who live in the United States. Just seems a little bit like a reach. But yeah, because of this, Coinbase said that they're going to be creating more education to try to reach Americans, to try to educate them on utility of crypto and so on. They put out some example videos in their blog post. And I think it is good that there will be more education, because that is something I think is necessary. But I also feel like they were going to try to derive crypto positive statistics no matter what came out, and try to, because of just the sample size again, and looking at that, you could have made that information kind of look however you want to. But still, I think there is a lot of room for education, so I commend them on that effort. Anyway, that's pretty much the main stuff I wanted to cover today with you guys. Solana went down for, the 10th time over the weekend. They couldn't really figure out why last that I checked, but yeah. Anyway, if there's few things that we can be sure of, it's death, taxes, and Solana going down. Take care, everyone. Much love, and stay cryptic. Peace.